intelligence, but highlighting the dangers of intelligence. Ultimately, I don't think that in terms of power, human power comes from intelligence and from stories. But I think that the deepest and best qualities of humans are not intelligence and not storytelling and not power. Again, with all our power, with all our cooperation, with all our intelligence, we are on the verge of destroying ourselves and destroying much of the ecosystem. Our best qualities are not there. Our best qualities are non-verbal. Again, they come from things like compassion, from introspection. And introspection, from my experience, is not verbal. If you try to understand yourself with words, you will never succeed. There is a place where you need the words. But the deepest insights, they don't come from words. And you can't write about it. That's again, it goes back to Wittgenstein, to Buddha, to so many of these sages before, that these are the things we are silent about.
Yeah, but eventually you have to project it. As a writer, you have to do the silent introspection, but project it onto a page.
Yes, but you still have to warn people, you will never find the deepest truth in a book. You will never find it in words. You can only find it I think, in direct experience, which is non-verbal, which is pre-verbal.
In the silence of your own mind.
Yes.
Somewhere in there.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you a silly question then, a ridiculously big question. You have done a lot of deep thinking about the world, about yourself, this kind of introspection. How do you think? If you, by way of advice, but just practically speaking, day to day, how do you think about difficult problems of the world?
First of all, I take time off. Like the most important thing I do, I think, as a writer, as a scientist, I meditate. I spend about 2 hours every day in silent meditation, observing as much as possible non-verbally what is happening within myself, focusing, body sensations, the breath. Thoughts keep coming up, but I try not to give them attention. I don't try to drive them away. Just let them be there in the background, like some background noise. Don't engage with the thoughts. Because the mind is constantly producing stories with words. These stories come between us and the world. They don't allow us to see ourselves or the world. Like for me, the most shocking thing when I started meditating like 23 years ago, I was given this simple exercise to just observe my breath coming in and out of the nostrils, not controlling it, just observing it. And I couldn't do it for more than 10 seconds. I, for 10 seconds, would try to notice, oh, now the breath is coming in. It's coming in, it's coming in. Oh, it stopped coming in, and now it's going out, going out. 10 seconds, and some memory would come. Some thought would come. Some story about something that happened last week, or 10 years ago, or in the future. And the story would hijack my attention. It would take me maybe 5 minutes to remember, oh, I'm supposed to be observing my breath. If I can't observe my own breath because of these stories created by the mind, how can I hope to understand much more complex things like the political situation in Israel, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the Russian invasion of Ukraine? If all these stories keep coming, I mean, it's not the truth, it's just the story your own mind created. So first thing, train the mind to be silent and just observe. So 2 hours every day, and I go every year for a long retreat between 1 month and 2 months, 60 days of just silent meditation.
Silent meditation for 60 days.
Yeah. To train the mind, forget about your own stories. Just observe what is really happening. And then also throughout the day, have an information diet. Many people are very aware of what they feed their body, what enters their mouth. Be very aware of what you feed your mind, what enters your mind. Have an information diet. So for instance, I read long books. And I prefer, I do many